Hi, this is a quick movie just taking you through some of the basic ways to open, export and save files in AutoQuant. Okay, so firstly, the most easy and basic way to open a file is to simply open and select the file here. So this is a multi-channel Z stack. We can see the information over here. We have one channel. Okay, that's actually not a multi-channel. This one here will be. Yep. So we have 3 channels, 1 time point, and 62 slice Z stack. So if I open that up, we straight away have a multi-channel Z stack here. Okay. We can also drag and drop files. For example, I can drag this file straight into AutoQuant or straight into the batch processor. Okay, I'm just going to drag and drop it into here for now, and it should load up automatically. Okay, there we go. We can also use what's called sequence detection. So for example here I've got all these different malaria images here. They all actually belong to the same data set, but they're saved as individual files. Now if there's no proper XML file present, AutoQuant's not going to automatically recognize that. So if we just click on this first image here and look here, we have depth 1, channel 1, time point 1, so it's just a single image on its own. Okay. Now if I use sequence detection, and we're going to look for slices, because I actually know that all these individual files here are separate slices from the same Z stack. It should open it as a 60 image Z stack. So if I just open one individually first, we can see now that we've got a basic image. It's just one image on its own. Okay, and now if I come in, open the same file using sequence detection, we should get, there we go, a Z stack of the depth of 60. So it's opened, it's detected all those files that were after the first one, and it's opened them as a Z stack. And there we have it. Okay. We can also apply a similar principle when opening multi-channel images. Okay. So for example, in here I have 3 channels all belonging to the same data set. Okay, and if I open one of them individually, I'm just going to get a single channel image. Okay, but I can actually import them into the same image by using multi-channel import over here. I'll add this file in and give it a red tint. Add this one here as well, give that a green tint, and we'll add this one in with a blue tint. Okay, and now it should open all those images and overlay them. Okay, and there we have it. Excellent. Okay, so there are a few different ways to export and save files as well. Okay, so let's just take a look at this single channel Z stack here. If you have Image Pro Plus, Metamorph or Imaris installed on your machine, you should have this option here to export directly into one of those programs. So we have Image Pro already installed on this machine, so I'm going to hit this button and hope that it automatically opens Image Pro and loads this data set into there. So it's going to take a little time depending on the processing power of your computer, but we should see Image Pro pop up in a minute and this LSM file automatically open up. Okay, and there we have it. Okay. This is one I've actually already opened previously, but it's opened this automatically as a Image Pro sequence file, and then I can do what I want with that. I can do some 3D reconstruction or maximum intensity projection or whatever I want. Okay. When we want to save our images, there are a number of different file formats and options that we can use. Okay, so actually let's just take a multi-channel Z stack here. When I go to save this, let's create a new file. Okay, let's save it in here. I can save it as a TIFF image, an Image Pro sequence file, Olympus file, etc. But you'll notice on the right here we have the data type, so I can actually save it as a 32-bit floating point. So that's a 32-bit file, and the floating point means that it can use not just integers. Okay, so for intensity values it can have a value which is not an integer, which is not the case for 8-bit, 12-bit, 16-bit, okay? So when we have a TIFF file, we have all these 4 options available to save as. If I was to, for example, want to save it as a metamorph file, it only supports a 16-bit file format, okay? If I wanted to save it as a XIS file, it supports 8-bit or 12-bit unsigned integers. Unsigned just means that it's not going to it's an integer that doesn't support negative numbers, okay? I can also save this dataset as a complete dataset, so as one file that contains all the channels and all the slices, or I can export separate time points, channels or slices. So if I was to export separate channels, it's going to save each channel as a separate file. So let's just have a look. Go back in there to open up, and we have the 3 separate channels, and then I could use multi-channel import again if I wanted to overlay them. What's actually interesting is if I just was to click on this file and open it now, it will open all 3 of them overlaid again, okay? Even though we saved it as a separate channel. And that is because when there's an XML file present, it's automatically recognised that these belong to the same dataset. But if I just delete that XML data file and then open this this file again, it should just open up a single channel image. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. For more information, please contact your local sales office or dealer. Thank you.